In this video, we will solve system of equations by using inverse matrix. So this is the third way of solving system using matrix. First one was using Cramer's rule. Second one was using row reduction method. Third one, we are going to use matrix as an equation form, and then we will use inverse form of the matrix. So let's start writing the matrix equations like this, okay? This is equation with the matrix, so that's called the matrix equation. Do you know how to do backwards? So we will do multiplication, right? And we can find the system of equations. So multiply that, 1x, multiply this, minus 2y, equals sign in the middle, and first row, 6. So that is the equation. So actually, we are doing backwards. When we have a system of equations, we need to write the equations with matrix. So we will write equation, matrix equation. So let's do the second row. 3x plus 4y equals to 8, right? Okay. You do B on your own, and I'll pause the video here. Next one, let's see row and column. So three equations are 3a plus 2b minus 2c equals to 3. That's first row from row and column. Second one, row and column. 4a minus 2b minus 3c equals to second row 8, right? And the last one will be multiplied, negative 2a plus 3b plus 1c, that is same as negative 7. So we know that this is coefficient column, coefficient matrix, and this is the variable we are looking for. So this is variable matrix. And the last one is constant itself. So this can be constant column on the matrix, okay? So we say, all right, let's say first one A, second one B, and third one C, like that. So let's say this is A on my calculator, and this one will be B, this one will be C. What am I looking for on solving equations? I'm looking for the variables, right? So you're looking for B, and this is going to be memorized as a formula. How do you calculate? And we will memorize this as how we solve the system of equations. So let's study a little bit. To find B only, I need to take its inverse next to A. And if I multiply its inverse on the left-hand side, I do the same thing on the other side. Order is very important in matrix because commutative property is not working if we are dealing with non-identity matrix. So I put A inverse in front of everything, and I need to do the same thing. Left-hand side, right-hand side, inverse will be the first matrix. And then next step, together inverse and A will be identity matrix, and another matrix B, that will be B. So the form on the right-hand side is this, and that is how we solve the system of equations, okay? So take the inverse of A, coefficient matrix, and multiply with the constant, and we can find the variable. Make sense? So I want you to memorize this as a formula. So let's deal with one example. Number 5, rewrite this system of equations as matrix equation. So let's start writing here so I can use space. Negative 2, 8, 4, and negative 9, that is coefficient, right? And the next column, and I need variable. What are the variables we are looking for? A and B. So that is variable matrix, equal sign, and constant column 6 and 2. So this is how we write matrix equation. Okay, what is the variable we are looking for? A and B. So what do I need to do to find A and B? Take the inverse of the coefficient matrix. So let me write the work. Take the inverse of this and then multiply with column matrix. That's how we do, okay? So that is the meaning of B, variable matrix. equals to inverse of the coefficient matrix times constant matrix. And now let's calculate. How do we find 2 by 2 inverse matrix? Take the determinant and then flip it, right? So determinant is AD minus BC. AD is 2 times 9. 2 negatives make positive, so that is 18, right? Subtract 4 times 8, 32. The difference is negative 4. So that will be 1 over negative 4, right? Did I do it right? AD, negative 14, yeah. AD minus BC and negative 14, okay. And then the next one, and we keep AD backwards, right? So AD, I need to swap, so DA, so negative 9 and negative 2. And BC, this diagonal, I need to change the sign. So that will be negative 8, and this will be negative 4. Okay, column will be multiplied with the coefficient, so we will calculate that. Would you like to do multiplication first, or would you like to take 14th first to make fraction? That's not a good idea, right? So let's do multiplication first, and then let's take 14th of it, okay? So this is row, this is column, so let's multiply. So there will be negative 14th, and I will do that fraction part later. So multiply negative 9 times 6, negative 54, and negative 8 times negative positive 2, that is negative 16, together makes negative 70. And the second row, negative 4 times 6, negative 24, and negative 2 times positive 2, negative 4, so that is negative 28. So 2 negatives make positive, and next step, take 14th over 70, which is 5, and 14th over 28, that is 2. So the meaning is A is 5, B is 2. Can you check this equation? Sure, negative 2 times 5 plus 8 times 2, what do we get? Negative 10 plus 16, so that will be 6, right? So you can check both the equations, and we can find the solutions like that. So for 2 by 2, it is easy to find the inverse, so we can do it by hand. But still, we can use a calculator, right? Okay. So let's look at next question. Question B, if you are setting up the coefficient and variable and constant matrix, and that is called the matrix equation, what do I need to type on my calculator if I'm using a calculator? So let's figure it out how we find x, y, z, okay? X, y, z can be found by taking inverse of the coefficient and multiply the constant matrix, right? So let's do the numbers. So I need to use all the coefficients, and I'm going to use a calculator to find the answer, okay? So on my calculator, I will label this as A, and I'll label this as C, and then I will type A inverse with C as a command, and then I'll get answer right away. Make sense? So I will just remember this one as a formula, and then I will use A and C as a matrix. So on the calculator, let's see, let me switch this so I can look at it on the other screen. Second plus 7, 1, and 2, and I need to define my matrix. So let's go with A. On A matrix, I'm going to use coefficient, okay? Oops, I should not type it. I need to edit, right? Go to the third column, and let's edit. So 3 by 3 is for matrix. And let's put the numbers. 4, negative 1, and 3, second row, negative 2, 1 and 5, and the third row 3 and -2 and 4. Okay, I typed. And then second matrix again, I need to type C. And I'm going to leave B for my variable, just like my paper, okay? So don't worry about skipping B, and I'm going to use constant column matrix for C matrix. So go to C. Oh, what did I press? I can remember. Go to matrix to the third one and C, and I need to edit, and it is going to be 3 rows, 1 column, right? So 3 by 1, 3 by 1, and first number is 5, second number is -7, and then third number is -3. Okay, so all are set up. So I have my A and C like that, and let me see. A, 3 by 3, C, 3 by 1. I left blank for B because B is my variable matrix. That's what I'm looking for, okay? So second quit on the calculation mode, what I need to type is the formula. Take the inverse of A. Take the inverse of A times. You don't need to put times notation, okay? Just list them together. That is the product. And then matrix C, and that's it. That's the answer. So answer will be 3 and 4 and -1 on your work, okay? So it could be difficult for me ask you to show me the work, right? If we're using a calculator, but I'd like to see this kind of setup, okay? How you find X and Y and Z, and then you give me the final answer. What was number? Can't remember. 3, 4, -1. 3, 4, -1. Okay, so that's how we use a calculator efficiently to find the solutions.